All right, let's move into Factor Cap, now newly named Hype Trainer Dumpster Fire. I will give you mine, then you can give me yours. Okay. Dayne St. Clair, I told you we were coming back to him. Dayne St. Clair right now is worth at least 100 million in some sort of allocation money to a team that needs him.
100 million?
I'm sorry, 1 million. 1 million, not 100 million.
I thought you were just doing it for a meme.
No, 1 million in some combination of allocation money to a team in MLS who needs him right now, who has goalkeeper issues.
Dumpster fire.
No,
I don't think he's worth $1 million.
Maxime Crepeau went for 2.
What?
Paul Arriola went for 2. Lewis Morgan.
Okay, but you can't compare it to an outfield player. You got to compare it to another goalkeeper. Maxime Crepeau went for 1 million, and he was starting every game for Vancouver. Dayne, as great as he is, barely got game time last season. It's a great performance.
Because he got hurt and then Tyler Miller took over. Tyler Miller's out. I guarantee you Dayne St. Clair stays in there.
That's how it works in Minnesota. They have a rotation. It's how it works every time. One of them gets hurt, the other one comes in, keeps a job until they get hurt again. I don't think he's worth. I think has the potential to reach the 1 million price mark, but I don't think he's there right now, just because he hasn't had the game time as of recent. Give me a stretch of like 10 games with him, and he keeps performing as well as we know he can. Yeah, I would say hype train, but as of right now, no.
All right, here are teams that I absolutely think could take him right now.
For $1 million.
Revolution.
For $1 million.
For $1 million.
In TAM GAM, $1 million. Yeah,
because that stuff expires, and
that doesn't mean that they just have it sitting around.
Yeah, they do.
How do you know? You see their finances?
Yeah. New England Revs. Matt Turner gone.
Yep.
Sporting Kansas City. Tim Melia has not been performing at the level we expected him to. I think you do a GAM and player swap. I think he makes Portland infinitely better.
Portland wouldn't do it.
I would say Colorado, but they're not moving on from William Yarbrough. Toronto FC, absolutely.
Whoa, your audio got really scuffed there for a second.
Did it really? Do you hear me now?
Yeah, you're fine.
Toronto FC, absolutely. You're telling me Dayne St. Clair doesn't walk into that Toronto FC team and make them at least minimally better?
Absolutely.
San Jose, I mean, I'd rate him over JT Marcinkowski. Montreal, Perez is on a loan. If he doesn't go permanent, I'd take him too. Inter Miami, yeah. And then right there, that's 6-7 teams.
Yeah, most of which wouldn't or couldn't spend the 1 million on Dayne St. Clair.
Give me a side eye. I think that's bad.
No.
There are 7 teams that I would, if I were them, I would drop $1 million right now, knowing that there is an increase coming up every year for the next 4 years. Drop $1 million, go get your goalkeeper for the next 7 years, or go drop $1 million in GAM and then sell him for actual money later on and not have to worry about another thing.
I think TAM GAM has way more uses than you would think they would, because I feel like the mindset you're thinking of is all the TAM GAM is going into buying players, but I think there's a lot more of the TAM GAM that gets spent on other areas as opposed to just buying players. Because I get what you're saying, in that it'll just expire if you don't use it. But I think there's a lot of teams that use it to either like buy down contracts or do other like smaller moves or smaller transactions with the TAM GAM. And I just don't think there's $1 million sitting around for a team that is looking to buy Dayne.
What is Sporting Kansas City going to do with $1 million in GAM right now?
I don't know. I don't have the answer. I don't have the behind the scenes, so I can't say for sure.
They're not buying down any of their designated players, so I'm throwing that at Dayne St. Clair and saying Tim Melia go on the other way, because Tim Melia will be a fine competition for Tyler Miller. And if Tyler Miller can't go, Tim Melia can step in. But I'm going Dayne St. Clair every day of the week. I think you're out of
I
your
don't
mind.
think someone pays $1 million for him right now.
I think you're out of your mind.
I don't. I can go find an equivalent for someone who's played as often as Dayne, and I guarantee you would not say that they should spend $1 million to buy him.
Yeah. Give me yours. I can't deal with you right now. You are giving me headaches.
My statement is FCC will not finish bottom of the Eastern Conference.
I told you this is a hype train. I did this 2 weeks ago. This is absolute hype train. These guys are going to be to the moon. We drew it on the board. The moon.
I did not. I said, here's what I said. I said, if they play the way that they did last game, hype train. If they play the way that I expect them to play, dumpster fire. Because this roster is not good enough to do anything significant, even if they have everything clicking on all cylinders. Because this roster is awful.
Hater, and I'm not going to sit here and listen.
I think the potential is there for them to beat out a Montreal, Charlotte, Miami, but I think the jury is still out. It's still too early to say that they will. So my final answer is dumpster fire. I still think.
How dare you wear the scarf of this team and slander them to the level that you have? How dare you, sir? You should be ashamed, and you should be banned from never wearing such a thing ever again.
FCC always is strong at the start of the season.
How do you? Yes, but that's the whole point. We're Mets fans. We know this. You buy into the hype. You believe in the hype. You have your heart broken. You get to the end of the season. You do it again.
No, you can't. If you're an FCC fan, you can absolutely not give yourself hype going into the season. What is there to be hype about?
What else do you have to do as an FC Cincinnati fan except get hyped after your first win in 15 games?
The only thing you could be hyped about is like focusing on one player. Like maybe you're hyped if you see Bernier go and play well. Like that's the best you can do.
Why are we talking about Bernier who hasn't seen the field in 3 weeks? Give me Brandon Vasquez to Golden Boot talk. That's what I'm talking about.
So are you saying Brandon Vasquez is going to beat out Lewis Morgan for Golden Boot? Is that what you're telling me? I think
Brandon Vasquez has a better shot than Christian Arango does.
He's got a better shot than Kasper Shabilko does.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Kasper Shabilko is doing really good being the tallest player on the team and then drifting out wide when the cross is getting ready to come in instead of being in the box to head it in. It's really great. I love it.
It's 500 IQ plays. He's the defense is going to think he's going in the middle, but when he rolls out to the wing, they're all messed up. And that's when Fabian Herbers comes in and wins it for them. And then we hear about it on the podcast afterwards.
I want to listen to that episode. They played each other this week.
Yeah, it's going to be a good episode after that.
I can't wait. I'm not going to let you slander FCC, so this is where we're going to end it.